Anime and their live-action adaptations. It's a history full of disappointments and a few highlights. But that's about to change. This video is all about the upcoming adaptations that are currently in production, and this much can be said. Included are some of the most popular anime hits ever. Anime is a pop culture phenomenon that has become an integral part of the world of film and series. For many decades, the originally Japanese animated stories have influenced generations of viewers and new filmmakers. In the West, often ridiculed as kid stuff in the past, anime offer the full spectrum of storytelling, from sweet series to ultra-violent horror. But regardless of what the plot is about, anime is primarily known for its distinctive visual style, packed with symbols, speed lines, and crazy proportions. Realism is rarely the top priority. What matters most is the maximum effect. And that's exactly what makes it so incredibly difficult to successfully adapt anime into a live-action version. Do you just tell the same story, but direct everything like a normal movie? Or do you try to somehow translate the feeling of the anime into a new style? And what exactly should that look like? These are questions about which fans are certainly not in agreement. Over the years, film and series makers have tried again and again using different approaches, sometimes more, sometimes less successful. Recently, however, there have been some productions that have been internationally successful, even if not every fan of the anime originals has been satisfied. This is why some top-class anime live-action adaptations are now in production. So let's take a look together at what movies and series await us in the future. Only recently it was announced that the popular South Korean web novel Solo Leveling by author Chu Gong will get a live-action adaptation after the anime. As the company Kakao Entertainment announced, the production is currently in the planning and development stages. Details on the format, whether it will be a series or a movie, along with information on the cast and release date, have not yet been revealed. Solo Leveling tells the story of Sung Jin-woo, the weakest hunter in a world threatened by monsters. A mysterious system gives him the opportunity to increase his skills and develop into one of the most powerful hunters. The web novel began being published on the South Korean platform Kakao Page in July 2016 and inspired a successful webtoon adaptation as well as an anime series. The first season of the anime is available on Crunchyroll, while the second season has been airing since January 2025. As the live-action project is still at an early stage, it remains to be seen whether further information will be made public. We will, of course, keep you informed of all the latest developments and news on the live-action adaptation of Solo Leveling. Legendary and Bandai have officially confirmed that they are jointly producing a live-action adaptation of the Gundam franchise. It is the first live-action film adaptation of Mobile Suit Gundam, which started as an anime series in 1979. The focus is on an intergalactic war waged with giant combat robots, the so-called mobile suits. The franchise now comprises over 80 series and films, most recently Gundam Requiem for Vengeance on Netflix. Jim Mickle, known as the creator of the Netflix series Sweet Tooth, is taking on both the directing and screenwriting duties. There is no information yet on the cast or a release date, as the project is at an early development phase. However, a first official teaser poster has just been revealed. One of the top movies is definitely the planned live-action adaptation of the popular manga and anime Naruto. Originally announced by Lionsgate in July 2015, the project has made slow progress since then. Destin Daniel Cretton is currently set to direct and co-write the screenplay. He is known for his work as director on Marvel's Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings. Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, is actively involved in the production and spoke positively about the planned collaboration with Cretton. He emphasized that Cretton's ability to direct profound human dramas makes him the ideal director for this project. Cretton himself was very honored to work with Kishimoto and is looking forward to bringing Naruto to the big screen. However, he has now also taken over as director for Spider-Man 4. Since then, people have speculated whether he will step back from the Naruto project for scheduling reasons. Another screenwriter involved is Tasha Huo, who has previously worked on projects such as The Witcher: Blood Origin and the Tomb Raider animated series for Netflix. Production will be handled by Cretton's own studio, Hisako, in collaboration with J. Yoon Munford. However, a release date for the Naruto movie has not been set yet. Like the manga, the story will begin with Naruto's first steps as a ninja. He pursues the dream of becoming the strongest fighter in his village. However, Naruto grows up as an outsider, as a nine-tailed fox that once attacked the village is sealed in his body. Despite being rejected, he never gives up and continues to grow through training, friendships, and numerous fights. Depending on its success, we could well be in for more movies. The original certainly provides plenty of story material. With over 250 million copies of the manga sold worldwide, the Naruto franchise is one of the most successful manga ever and has already resulted in countless anime episodes and films. Naturally, there is a lot of excitement as to how the upcoming live-action film adaptation will perform and whether it can do justice to the famous original. The popular manga and anime series Bleach by Tite Kubo is to get a live-action adaptation by Warner Bros. Pictures. They are currently looking for a screenwriter and a director for the project. Bleach tells the story of teenager Ichigo Kurosaki, who is given the powers of a death god and from then on protects humanity from evil spirits and guides souls into the afterlife. The manga has been very popular since its publication and has already been adapted into an anime series, several anime movies, musicals, and video games. A Japanese live-action film adaptation was also released in 2018. The planned Hollywood adaptation of Bleach is still in the early stages of development. Further details, such as the cast or a possible release date, are currently unknown. Fans of the series can look forward to finding out how Warner Bros. Will turn this ambitious project into reality. In addition to many new productions, we are of course also eagerly awaiting the second season of One Piece. The Netflix adaptation of the cult anime has won over many old fans and new viewers alike, resulting in record numbers for the streaming giant. Crunchyroll CEO Rahul Parini also revealed in an interview that interest in the anime series skyrocketed after the release of the live-action version. Recently, a new group photo from the set of Season 2 was posted, in which we can see the popular Straw Hat Pirates led by Luffy. Only the full live-action look of the future ship's doctor, Tony Chopper, remains a mystery, as does the final casting of Luffy's brother. According to rumors, however, he will be played by Zolo Dueña, known to many from the series Cobra Kai and the superhero film Blue Beetle. At least the casting of many other supporting characters in Season 2 has already been confirmed. For example, Sophia Ann Caruso in the role of Miss Golden Week, Joe Manganiello as Sir Crocodile, and Lyra Abova as Nico Robin. Interesting is the casting of Dr. Correa. Jamie Lee Curtis was long in the running for the role. Due to scheduling difficulties, Katie Seagal will now take on the role. The older ones among you will no doubt remember her in her iconic portrayal of Peggy Bundy. In the 2000s, she made a name for herself primarily in her role as Gemma Teller-Morrow in Sons of Anarchy. In terms of plot, Season 2 is about the so-called Alabasta arc, a popular storyline that was covered in the anime for 74 episodes. Of course, many people are still wondering, when can we expect One Piece Season 2 to be released? Although the exact release date has not been announced yet, all signs currently point towards the end of 2025 at the latest. Some of you may be missing the Avatar series from Netflix on our list. Those familiar with the series will of course know that the original is not an anime at all, but a US cartoon, even if, like many other animated film productions, it was drawn in Asia and also presents a corresponding setting. This is why many people still associate the series with anime. However, there is not much to report here at the moment anyway. Things are still relatively quiet regarding the second season of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Here too, a release date isn't known yet, but Season 2 is definitely in production and is currently expected to be released in 2026. As you can see, there are some really popular anime awaiting their live-action adaptation. In fact, there are also many other projects, but they are unlikely to make it beyond the borders of Japan. If you know any insider tips or important releases that haven't made it into this video, then please share them with the others in the comments. What do you think of the concept of filming anime with real actors? In which cases do you think the adaptation was successful? And which examples have demonstrated how things shouldn't be done? We look forward to reading your opinion in the comments down below.